oh my God, we have this experience of being alone. I'm by myself in the world. I'm in my own thoughts. I'm in my own reflections. I'm in my own anxiety. I'm in my own fears. I'm in my own loneliness. And we want to get beyond that feeling of isolation. I want to move from isolation to intimacy. And intimacy means, drum roll please, friends, brothers, sisters, intimacy means shared identity. I don't stop being me, but we start being we. It's not about me too. It's about the move from me too to we too. But what we've done in our culture is we've said the only place you can actually create shared identity is in marriage. In marriage, it's Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right? That's where we create shared identity. And that is the only place we have shared identity. And what comes out of marriage is children sometimes. So children are part of my identity. So now we've got a second form of shared identity. Now, those are two stunning forms of shared identity. There's only one little problem. They're not working. The nuclear family is going nuclear, right? That is to say, stay with me, we're not sure how to do intimacy in marriage. Most marriages, right, the majority of marriages, and I've worked with couples for 4 decades, since I was 2 years old, okay, right? Most marriages actually suffer from a fundamental, most marriages suffer, try and get that word fundamental right, okay? We're going to try this again, everybody, okay? And Claire, don't edit this out, because people need to know the man cannot say fundamental, okay? So here we go. Most marriages suffer from a fundamental, that was good, right? Fundamental intimacy disorder, right? There's no intimacy, right? People fall into a pattern. They fall into a routine. They fall into a rote. Not only do they suffer from an emotional intimacy disorder, but actually the majority of marriages have very little physical intimacy, very little sexual intimacy, right? About 60 to 70% of couples, right, once they're married for X amount of time, actually stop having sex with any degree of regularity at all. That's the big secret. There's actually less and less sexual intimacy and less emotional intimacy. Now, why? And there's a deep understanding of the why that we're going to talk about, and we're going to actually break through it, and we're going to shatter the intimacy ceiling. But right now, I just want to offer you one piece. Ready? Because you can't get all your intimacy from your marriage. It just doesn't work. You can't get all your intimacy from being a parent. It doesn't work. When you try and exile your need to intimacy to the relationship with one person, it's just you and them. So then what that means is, what you've done is, you've actually gone from the isolation of one to the isolation of two. You're now two people isolated together. So you're not living in an intimate universe. You're not in a field of intimacy. You're two isolated people desperately clinging to each other, right, to actually ward off the failure of intimacy. And it will inevitably fail. A marriage or a relationship of commitment, which wants to create profound intimacy, this is a huge sentence coming at you, drum roll, my friends. And this is what our summer's about. It's a piece of what our summer's about. You can only create intimacy, you can only plant intimacy between two people in a field of intimacy. Wow. So we've actually articulated we live in a world which is non-intimate. There's a global intimacy disorder. We live in a non-intimate universe. That's our experience of reality. Then we exile our intimacy to this one person, and we want to be intimate. It doesn't work. All you get is bigger isolation. How do you actually break through that and create a field of intimacy, which is alive, vital, powerful? That changes everything. By the time we get to the summer, my friends, I promise you, I will have learned to say the word fundamental. And I love you madly. And I can't wait to be there with you. If you want to change your life, actually experience what it means to have radically gorgeous, alive, erotic, emotional, psychological, existential intimacy. And you got to be in a field of intimacy. To be in a field of intimacy, that is the ninja move. So let's do it, my friends. Let's do it beyond imagination. I can't wait to see you there. And friend, beloved, love yourself enough to be there.